Hey guys, Crew of Blonde Wave, I'm Aaron.
I'm Aaron.
And we're back with Arrow. Aaron, last time on Arrow, Oliver's going to level 2.
Yes,
right?
And we also had Diaz taking some kind of shenanigans.
No, or was it like...
What was that?
I'm trying to think of something that would freak you out.
Something worse.
Yeah, so Diaz has taken something else. We're not sure what it is. John Diggle Jr. stole the cookies.
Good, that's true.
And then we had, Oliver working his way now to this next level, trying to find the demon. Had a little bit of a, I don't know, some kind of scene with Bronze Tiger, where we're like, okay, where we're going to go with this?
Like maybe he's not a bad guy.
Bronze Tiger in the comics is kind of like an anti-hero sometimes. I don't know. We'll see. What else, though?
Kind of like the Punisher.
Yeah, kind of.
He's not bad, but he's not really like a good guy.
We did have a fight with Samson in which Oliver absolutely destroyed him, so I love that. And then, we had Felicity joining up with Watson.
But they captured Silencer.
Yeah, they captured Silencer. Watson was then let go, or not let go, but transferred.
She was sent to a desk job back in D.C.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that was everything. We had a poll last time.
Yes, we did.
What was the poll?
Do you think the prisoner, Stanley, will be a positive force or a negative force on Oliver Queen?
Mm-hmm. I looked up his name.
Stanley?
Yep. I always try to have the correct names for these polls, and I never know what they are.
I had that in Doctor Who when I was doing it. There was a creature. I'm like, dang it, I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I don't remember its name. But that one. Lano, show a picture right here.
Gotcha.
All right, so we had 36% say a positive force, and 63% say a negative force.
Gotcha. Okay. You talked about what if he's the demon, or we also, I guess, just mentioned that he could just betray Oliver. Like, he could be good now, but fuck him, you know.
Yeah. Andrew says there is something hinky going on here, and I don't like it one bit. But maybe I'm just too pessimistic.
Hinky.
While Sam just says, he's the demon!
He's the demon!
Nathan says, I don't care about that guy. He probably lied about why he got sent to prison, and he's really a serial puppy murderer or something.
He does claim to be innocent, right? I think he said.
He did. He claimed that. Fluxbuck says he's positive till he dies. Poor fanboy in the crossfire.
Yeah.
Dobby says that don't trust anyone in prison sounded ominous, and Stanley is the only one Oliver trusts here.
Stanley Hudson. That was my Stanley from The Office impression.
Is that what that is?
Yep.
Cameron says, I don't feel he is untrustworthy, but I do feel the demon will make Oliver hurt him badly to protect his family, though I hope Stanley isn't bad. While Darth says, 100% he's evil.
100%?
He's weak and pathetic, so no one will suspect him as being a bad guy. He's getting close to Oliver so he can keep tabs on him for Diaz.
Gotcha.
Tone says, it feels most obvious that he's almost bad, or that something bad. This may end up being another case like the writers originally intending Adrian Chase to be vigilante. They had to change their writing direction because it was too obvious. So everyone's like, oh, he's bad, he's bad, he's bad, he's bad. And they're like, no, he's good.
Is it confirmed that happened?
I don't know.
So it's too obvious, which would mean that it would be the choice to make to subvert us, right? That's what they did with Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom Chickawawa Bay says if he's not bad, he will be dead at the end of the jail setting.
So regardless of if he's good or bad, he will be dead. Okay.
He could be bad and alive. But if
Or
he's
he
good,
could be bad. He could be good and dead. He could be bad and dead. He could be good and alive, bad and alive. I can't think of any others.
I'm supposed to hit the button now.
We should probably start.
You would love that. How long could you withstand that?
Yeah, right.
Flashy lights.
Let's do this.
Probably can't reach you with his handcuffs.
My name is Oliver Queen.
I'm gonna find out if you're crazy or not. Sit in this room with flashy lights and loud noises with no food or water.
Yeah.
Let's see if you're crazy.
I don't belong here.
And they do seem like a lovely family.
What if he's a demon?
I don't trust this guy at all.
What if he's the demon?
Yeah. This is a really well lit abandoned warehouse.
Like light right above her?
Yeah.
No. Actually,
Isn't it a place for the prisoner?
We're gonna need to turn up the heat. and we're gonna figure this out later. Okay. All right.
Star City's seen better days.
Look at that.
Place.
The Glades forgot us.
Here ever again.
Yeah, me too. Well, let's see where she wants you to go.
Okay.
Dang, I'm so curious what's going on here.
So precious time
Lost
spent
track
there.
of time.
We're just about to start.
So it's a town hall.
She's a vigilante.
No,
She can go talk to the Green Arrow.
she is the Green Arrow.
What's this? Who's that? Bob!
You heard the lady. Move your asses.
Oh, no, his daughter.
I gotta get Zoe.
She went in that door, didn't she?
Zoe!
Who is this? Oh! Who is he? Who is he?
Hey, sweetheart.
That was you.
You okay?
The new Green Arrow was spotted at the scene of the crime. We believe he may be involved. Now
Oh
I've
my God,
instructed
idiots.
Captain Drake and the SCPD.
I got a little something.
It's too old for that.
Do not hate on Bebo. He brings comfort to people of all ages.
Yes, he does. Of all ages, Aaron. Hope they can hear me in the other room.
Suppose we'll have to try a different approach.
What was that?
That's how I
That will
feel.
make you more comfortable. Allow us to have a
It's that
real
coming.
conversation.
Then you want my help.
Yeah, I never thought this day would come either, but here we are.
Yeah,
You're a
okay.
hell of a lot more interesting than I thought.
Yeah,
Where is she?
I'm into it. I'm into that. I'm
Didn't
into
have
it.
strawberry, so I got you some
It's a lot of
options.
jello.
Remember?
He got away.
Who got away?
John Cortez.
Is he the one who been
That's a
setting these
woman.
fires?
Step aside, Rene.
No. Go!
Right, as a woman.
Maybe, yeah.
It's different than what we've seen before.
Sorry,
though.
D, but I just
think
couldn't
it's
let
to
you
stop
arrest him.
people.
Turn around.
What? Turn around.
They're arresting you.
Kidding me?
Obstruction of
I
justice.
warned you last time. I asked you to trust me.
Are you serious?
Rene Ramirez, you are under arrest. You have the right to remain
Oh, come
silent.
on,
Everything you
Diana.
say can and will be used against you.
Fuck this show. Why must you punish me as well?
Cuz, you deserve it.
You must let go of the past. Only then can you spare your family from paying for your sins. Go to hell.
Yeah.
He's not responding.
What? He is. He's talking to you.
Prepare the machine.
What? What?
Getting kind of like a Hugo Strange vibe from this dude.
What's the machine?
Tell me
I
exactly
don't trust
what
any
she
doctors in
said.
prisons.
Besides telling me to go frack myself.
Wasn't your wife a nurse in prison?
Well, lucky for you, I've been working
So
on
is
my
it?
cross-examination. The only loyalty he knows is to himself. He'll kill you without a second thought.
I did the same thing to anyone who got in my way.
I don't think you're hearing me. Maybe I need to talk a little bit louder.
Louder! She's okay with torture.
Yeah, it doesn't say get someone that's okay with it.
Hey,
This Green Arrow isn't Oliver. I can't risk everything for a stranger.
stranger with good intel.
So Quentin didn't know who he was in the beginning.
Rene asked me to look into John Cortez, a merc arsonist with his own crew for hire.
Arsonist, that dude.
In the first 2 seasons, Lance worked with Arrow a few times, not knowing who he was.
Sure. Smoke
This
Technologies.
is smoke tech.
I wore the wrong shirt. Fuck!
Back then, it was just a set of designs.
Can you fix it?
It's an extremely outdated model. So yes, just a simple.
Obviously, I got the wrong address.
God, liar. Shut up.
Who's that? Who's that? Dinah? Felicity? Dinah?
Don't kill us.
Zoe?
I'm not gonna hurt you.
That's Dinah, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have come back here, boy.
It's good. In the future.
What's going on?
Future's
What's
bright.
going on? When are you gonna come back
The
here?
future
Dinah?
is so fucking bright with her in it.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. There were police everywhere. And you just dragged us through the sewer to get here. What the hell happened to Star City?
Star City fell when the Glades rose. They built a wall. They closed their borders.
I think maybe we should have stayed on Lee and you.
It's in the
I think we
bag.
wouldn't have gotten this.
I saw it. Right there.
You're good at this.
Thing. and setting you on a road to ruin that will one day poison your son.
I don't know if he's trying to help or not, you know what I mean?
Dad.
Oh.
I'm scared.
Wow.
Dad?
William, I love you. Live.
Ah, he's here! She!
Watch out! Freeze!
Oh.
You think she has that?
Yep.
Oh! No!
Sheesh.
Yeah, let's set these bombs by this fire.
Yeah. Safekeeping.
Got him.
Oh!
Oh!
I had to shoot the motherfucker.
Shoot! Oh no!
I want someone to shoot that.
Jeez.
I have no idea who this is supposed to be.
Just checking to make sure you're okay. Brought you a little something.
Is it Rubik's Cube? Oh, look at that!
This is so cool. Is it a bird?
Yep. It's a canary. Here, let me help you.
State your name.
My name is Inmate 4587.
That can't be good. Follow her after she escapes.
What the hell is wrong with you?
You told me to use my brain.
This.
Yep. She let it happen.
She's gone.
Put a tracker on her.
How'd you know she was gonna take the belt? Lucky guess. The RFID chip I installed in it is gonna lead us straight to Diaz.
A cube in the cube. Still, no answers.
Chip.
The wall.
What just happened?
The glade wall.
Is that?
It's the Glades.
There's your Zoe, right?
You two remember Zoe?
Yeah.
She's the one who sent us to Star City.
No, it's impossible.
She's dead.
William, I'm so sorry to be the one to tell you this, but Felicity Smoke is dead.
Sure. She's as dead as fucking Cisco is, I bet.
What? Damn!
Alright, so Felicity's dead?
I guess.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think
She's
it's a
hiding?
fake out. Huh?
She's hiding?
Maybe.
In hiding?
Yeah, I mean, Smoke Technologies is all fucked up and stuff. It's interesting, the Glades rose up, and now they're the ones in
I think
charge?
Star City's nothing. Glades is, controlling everything. They said they have a wall around the Glades?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Interesting.
Whoever this is now in our current timeline
Yeah.
has been destroying parts of it to buy it cheap, to build it up.
Yeah.
So someone's trying to make the Glades better, but at the expense of Star City.
Okay.
And the police force has hired guns to protect the outside.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like a gentrification thing or what. Huh. Okay.
This reminds me of
Yeah.
It's a Marvel thing, but it was I can't remember what it was called, but it took place with the kids of the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
So there was Captain America and Black Widow's son, and there was Ant-Man and Wasp's daughter or whatever it was, Thor's little girl, all that kind of stuff. But Ultron was running the world, and he had this one city.
Sure.
And they had to break in and sneak into the city. I'm wondering if we're gonna have Roy and William and the Canaries and sneak in. I'm also curious who else they have in their vigilante resistance.
Yeah, me too.
Because Zoe said about being a member of it, her dad wouldn't be
But
caught
Wild
dead in
Dog
Star
wouldn't be
City.
dead.
So who else is a part of that? Is Diggle still around? Is Curtis still around? If Felicity's dead, who else has died? You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And who's in charge of Inside the Glades? Who's Diaz? I mean, this is all Diaz.
I mean, if you do that, then like we said at the beginning of the season, even though I was super excited for the flash forwards, you're tying your hands on what you can do going forward from this storyline on, because now you have to work your way up to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't know. You know, this is the first. I've never, ever felt any kind of romance or them being into each other, Dinah and Rene, ever. Right? It's always felt very platonic. I don't know how he could be around that woman and not feel that way, but I never felt that. But I did feel a little bit of like calling her aunt, but kind of like a maternal feeling she had for Zoe, and now she's actually a canary later. You know, It's interesting. So I wonder where they'll be going with that.
I'm assuming with no powers.
It's also interesting that. Go ahead.
I was saying maybe she still has, like our Laurel had.
Yeah.
A technology that gave her a cry.
Yeah.
So maybe she could do something like that.
Maybe more like. She could be more like Sarah though too. Who's a badass. But it's interesting that Rene now is the one that won't be caught dead in Star City, and Dinah is the vigilante fighting. You know.
And what happened?
What happened?
I get what you mean though, because like at this point now we have to have like, okay, so there is no more William then from now till here because he was sent away and they never went and got him.
Yeah.
So we don't have that. Roy apparently has been missing as well.
I guess.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he could have came back without Thea and decided to go to Leanne Yu for some reason, but I mean, who's changing the coordinates if Felicity is dead?
I think Felicity's alive. I think that it's a Cisco situation and we have her at Flash.
Maybe she's an AI.
Maybe. that would be awesome. And then we did get the new Green Arrow this time.
A lot more. And I firmly believe that's a woman under there now.
Now, to be fair, in the first episode that we saw him in, that was not a woman. That, you know, obviously they're going to be doing stuff people and stuff like that, but I don't know. I just feel like I can tell, like, the shape of, like, the hips and stuff like that. It just seems more feminine than we've seen before.
Maybe just a feminine guy.
Maybe, but I think that it's had a guy doing the stunts in the first episode, and here she just looks different.
Is she strong, or was it just a matter of like the glades suck and that pipe isn't in the best condition?
Yeah,
like pull hard.
No, she had to try, and it was leverage, and I don't think it was strength.
Okay.
But I think it's a woman, but I can't think of anybody who it would be. It'd have to just be a new character.
I mean,
I can't think of anybody.
I mean, could it be an Al
with those
Ghul?
skills? I don't know.
Would it make sense for it to be one of them?
We've already had an Al Ghul being Green Arrow before.
I guess. I don't know, as far as girls, like I don't think it'd be Thea.
Like, I don't sense any like ill intentions or anything, so I don't think it would be an Al Ghul. I don't think it'd be Nissa or whatever. She's at least good, but that's definitely not her. I can tell the shape of hips pretty well, but those are not Nissa Al Ghul's hips. Okay, let me tell you. What else? Who else?
The mask is also bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which could
covers all the way up, and
well, it had like a mask here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it also had it looked like a bigger like eye mask.
Yeah.
Which could be to try to cover more of a female face, different cheekbones and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any women that it would make sense to be. Because I don't think it would be Felicity.
No.
It can't be Dinah because she was right there.
Yeah.
Right? The ideas of like, maybe it's Robert Queen who was in there too.
The only thing I can think of is Thea, but she's too tall to be Thea. At least standing there.
Yeah, I don't think it was Thea.
I mean, it's got to be somebody that has those skills, too.
Well, last year, William's mom didn't die on the island.
Samantha?
And then
it's not Samantha.
Survived for a year on the island, becoming a Green Arrow, and came back to save the city that her baby's daddy tried to save.
And didn't go back to her son.
Well, she's trying to find him. And he's in danger, so she can't, like, Diaz there, so she got to stop Diaz and stuff, which was one of her big goals.
Where'd she get all these skills?
On the island, the same place all.
The island just gives you skills?
That's what the island. That's why Roy was there. That's why William went there.
All right. We also have Dr. Parker, who's a psychiatrist, and definitely giving off some Hugo Strange vibes to me.
I don't.
From the
I didn't
Arkham.
trust him from the get-go. He's a demon.
He could be the demon. I thought we were gonna go right into like looking for demon stuff, but this was completely sidetracked. And Oliver's broken, I guess. Does that imply like he's lost his identity?
I don't know. Maybe it's. I mean, if he still has control, maybe it's a thing of like, here's what he wants. If I give it to him, I'll get a little bit more freedom.
So he's like tricking him
around. Maybe. I hope.
Me too.
I don't want to lose Oliver.
I don't think you should be able to break Oliver's will.
Oliver's strong.
Yeah, I mean his will has been broken so many times that I think he should have been. Yeah.
But I mean, if someone's gonna be down level 2 but still able to control stuff, but they have to deal with that all the time, I think the best person is that doctor who's down in level 2, controlling everything down there, able to control stuff up there.
He's not a good person. Electroshock therapy and literal torture, keeping him alive, ruining his sense of time. I mean, that's one of the worst forms of torture. Is keep people awake.
I mean, he could have just started with the solitary confinement part of it, you know?
Yeah.
But it seems like they started with solitary confinement with loud noises so you can't sleep and flashing lights, and now you have no idea of like what's going on. You have no sleep schedule.
I really hope that this is a matter of Oliver like is outwitting him with how this is gonna go, because man, he just really strawmanned a lot of the arguments that Oliver has for why he does what he does. He kind of skipped over a whole bunch of stuff, man. Like, dude, I've saved the world from aliens.
Yeah, I mean, I think what Oliver does now has grown and expanded from what his father set him on to try to do.
Yeah.
You know,
He moved past it.
so, but
That's why he's the Green Arrow now, not the Hood.
yeah, having him talk about like your journey was tainted from the start because of your father. I get what he means, but I also, if he is trying to help, I would hope that he would like discuss him more now. Because if he's like, well, you're gonna change now, like what did he not change in the time that he's been the hero? You know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like he went from vigilante to hero.
Yeah.
Even though Flash is just considered hero from the get-go because he has a superpower.
And you know, I mean, Robert Quinn was not a perfect or even good man. I mean, you know, he put Oliver on this path to correct his wrongs, and then he's like, put you in those shoes. And it's like, Oliver hasn't done that. He doesn't have that guilt on him to give to his son.
Yeah, and also like what
not in the same
Robert
situation.
Quinn's stuff was going to do was going to destroy the Glades and kill people, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, you're going to live, but you got to fix this. Like,
And we know from Earth 2 that Oliver Queen dies and Robert becomes the Hood, right? Probably a reason why Felicity goes bad over there.
possibly. But it seemed more too like the way that Laurel was talking was that I think her and Oliver were together rather than Oliver and Felicity over there.
Well, they were together in the sense that these ones were together as well, and but Oliver actually died. And I don't know if he was cheating on Earth 2. But isn't that the same thing? So it was the same thing. It's just that when Oliver actually did die, then Laurel went on a different path. Because our Oliver and Laurel were together at that time too.
I don't know. They talked about it though, like she was talking about like Oliver and Lance being murdered, which I know it was. I mean, it was a murder that they were doing. Like someone was killing the queens on the gambit, but I don't think anyone knew about that. I just thought that Laurel was talking more of like they were killed by somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she meant like together. They were both killed like by a person or a single event or anything like that.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like she was saying like they were murdered and I took a dark path.
Sure.
But I got the sense that they were together rather than Oliver and Felicity. Like together.
Yeah, but Oliver died on the Queen's Gambit too.
So he wasn't murdered?
Well, yeah, he was, because isn't Malcolm Merlin the one that did
That's
that?
what I was just saying.
Yeah.
But no one knew that.
Right? It's implied that Laurel figures it out. Right? I don't think that Oliver doesn't come back from that and then he's together with Laurel or anything. He definitely dies during that time.
But there's no Oliver and Felicity over there.
No, not at all. They never would have met.
You were like, because when you were saying about like, well, if Oliver dies and Felicity, goes her way with that, but.
No, I just meant that Oliver and Felicity never get together. That leads her on to a different path, Because as much as she saved Oliver saved her, all that stuff, How'd you feel about Felicity this episode?
I feel like she was thinking beforehand about because she was messing with that thing before.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that she was trying to take care of it then, but I don't know. I'm not sure how far into the revenge she is, or if she is still thinking, or if Laurel there actually had to talk to her and get her, like, talk down to...
Put her head on straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just... I get where she's coming from. It was kind of like what I said last episode with her and Lila, where they were both like... they were both talking about, like, sometimes you have to cross a line.
Sure.
But the way in which you cross it and what you got to do... I'm curious on what that was, too, with Lila. Could it be related to the Glades at all? Or, I don't know. But no, I'm hoping Felicity... If she has, like, Laurel who's willing to do more of the dirtier things, and Rene there to work with her and keep... Like, if they're both also working to keep Felicity in line...
To balance
where it's like,
her.
Look, you need to... I know you're wanting to get revenge.
Sure.
But you need to stay calm down. And what would Oliver do? Sure, Oliver would want revenge, but you can't just go too far. He wouldn't want you to go too far.
Absolutely not.
So...
Yeah, no, I absolutely love the team up with Laurel and Felicity. I love the way different characters are bringing new things out on Laurel, or with Laurel. Felicity, I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. It's not amazing to me. I think that the actress, like, sometimes when you have an actor or an actress going, like, against their character's nature or something like that, you can find, oh man, they're really good at this.
I feel like it's similar to a character in Supergirl where you see a downfall, but Felicity hasn't crossed that line yet. And I'm hoping that her friends and stuff keep her from crossing that line, whereas you saw the character in Supergirl cross that line.
Sure.
So I feel like they kind of have some similarities in that.
Okay,
where it's like,
I get what you mean.
You're seeing, like, this is what they are. They're slowly declining after they've lost husband and son and their life, they have nothing left. I need to get my revenge.
Yeah.
So as long as she also still keeps, people like Diggle, Dinah, Rene, even Laurel, who are wanting to try to keep her not from crossing that line.
Yeah.
I can understand why she's at the point she is. Just like I can understand why that guy's at the point that he's at. So.
I didn't love the stuff that she had in this episode, but I'm really interested to see where it's going to go. So that's where I'm at with that.
It's weird because I'm really interested in what's happening in the future. But I'm also really interested in what's happening in prison.
No, I like everything that's happening. If anything, I'm just
really
like...
interested in who that Arrow is.
Yeah, I mean, the only real problems I have with this is like, man, that's all Diggle got to do.
Right?
I wish Diggle had some more stuff to do.
But I love, like, his conversation with, like, Dinah and how they related also with Rene and stuff like that with Lance. Talking about, like, Lance, he followed the book and everything too, but sometimes for the greater good, you have to work with different people to... And, like, that's what he did. Like, he had, she was like, oh, no, we don't know that this is Oliver. We don't know who this Green Arrow is. But he didn't find out until, like, the third season that Oliver was the Green Arrow. But there were, definitely in the second season, there were times that Lance worked with the Green Arrow.
Because he had to.
To stop some crime or...
For the greater good.
Defeat a bad guy or whatever. So, and then once he found out it was Oliver, he was very against it and whatnot. And then they came back and started working together again, so...
Yeah.
Lance did what he had to for the city, which was great. And I loved whenever Dinah came in and said, I think she said something about that too, about, like, working for the greater good. And, like, sounds like Captain Lance. Like,
Sure.
I love Captain Lance. I miss him so much. He was great. Lance was like, what is it, Blackthorn?
Paul, yeah.
So good.
I know.
I need to find him something else and watch him in another show.
Yeah, I know.
I know he's in that, what's it called? Dresden Files. I know he's in that. I should watch that or something.
Yeah. And then just speaking real quick of the of the future and how vigilantes are still outlawed and stuff. I mean, that was part of the whole Argus takeover of America that they outlawed.
Well, if they're outlawing heroes and vigilantes and all that could be very Argusy.
Which we talked about in Legends of Tomorrow. Like, is that something that gets changed eventually? But if it seems like it's pretty in line with what we're seeing here, and I don't.
Could the crossover event involve that? Where they try to change it? Because, like, let's say, what is this, November? Say the crossover happens here in, like, 2 months. Or a month and a half, something like that. Get some time to see what things are happening, what it's going to be like. You have this big crossover event involving time and stuff like that, hey, everyone watch this. It affects everything that's going on. Because last year, we had marriages happening and things that, hey, these are good. This is going to affect
characters leaving.
All this kind of stuff. So you got to watch it. Could this time have something that changes, hey, let's take care of this with Argus and Glades, and now the future's a little different.
Yeah.
The story we told was good, but now it can be different, and we're not stuck into that writing.
It's possible. That would be. I think it would be a good story for fixing some problems. I don't think Supergirl would have anything to do with it.
No. And I don't think they really have too many issues with there, where it's like, well, now you got to follow this into the future because you've told this. You know, they told some past story, but not future story. So.
I just wonder if this future setting that we're seeing in Arrow, is that like something set in stone? This always happens, or is that something that's changed eventually? You know, because we've seen like Barry in the future with Savitar and stuff like that. I mean, that stuff's all changed now.
Yeah, but with Flash though, like it's easy for him to do things.
Sure.
They have that future. Arrow doesn't really have that like time travel-y, changing the future, changing the past.
Yeah, but
aspect.
Flash would just do something completely unrelated, and suddenly John has a different gendered child.
True. So we have had that kind of stuff happen.
So it's possible that it could do something.
That's why I think like with having that, where you were saying about like now they're writing themselves in a corner where like now William can't come back.
Yeah.
Felicity's dead. Star City's fallen. All that kind of stuff. Which we also kind of had a little bit of that with Legends. Mm-hmm. What was that in 2020 something or 2040 something? I forget what year it was. But could time change to where it fixes the Argus thing with Legends? That has been a conversation the last couple episodes on that. Yeah. And it also fixes, well, here's this future thing that you had your good story, now it's changed, and we can tell a new story for the future. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I have no idea. You got anything else for this episode?
I'm interested on if there's ever a Earth 2 Felicity thing where she's a ruthless Felicity with an empire.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of empire? Like a Wilson Fisk empire, Is she a bad person? Or is it just like...
I kind of thought of Calculator, her father. What if she was just another calculator?
Maybe. I was just curious, like, is she running an empire in the sense of, like, Smoke Industries is a huge...
Like she's a CEO.
Yeah,
CIO. CEO.
Yeah. It's like, Apple, Microsoft, just a company empire. Or is it like an empire like Wilson Fisk,
Yeah.
Some kind of crime lord or something.
Like she is the empress.
Yeah, I was just curious on that.
Yeah.
And then... No, that's it. I wrote down John Cortez, but I think they already took care of that in this episode, so we're good.
All right, we're gonna check out some Q&As for this episode.
My phone.
I got it.
It's charging. I'll get it next episode.
Okay, half God, half shark. So when are we getting a Bebo CW show? I 100% watched that #Arrow Q&A.
No.
By the way, I did watch Supergirl whenever you were laughing, whenever Bebo got stomped and stuff. So on behalf
what I love though is that it was just like they were at like a fair and it was like a shitty looking Bebo.
Yeah, it was a real shitty one. It was just like a pillow with his picture on it.
It's like fuzzy on the back, but it's just a picture. But like that's another Earth that has a Bebo.
Allison P says, "No, poor Zoe. Bebo will protect. Bebo will heal all wounds. All hail Bebo." And then a gif of, "I love you."
Oh, fucking Bebo.
Man, it's a theme. Jeffrey says, "Bebo is the hero we need right now." Okay, Matthew Paw says, "Do you think Rene was right to let the Green Arrow escape?"
Yes.
Yep.
Because then they caught the bad guy later in the episode. And I don't think they have any... they don't have any proof that the Green Arrow is good because they don't know who it is, but it seems that the Green Arrow is just doing things for the Glades to help people. Saving Zoe, stopping people with the guns and stuff in the Glades, and then giving that money back to businesses and stuff. The one guy said that he was robbed and within minutes the Green Arrow was there to help.
I know.
Whereas the cops took 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound like ill intent that he's trying to cause, so.
Yeah. Or
I think Renee's right.
Vince says, "Do you think Cicada will at any point go after any of the Black Canaries or just stay on Flash?" Because he doesn't go after Metas.
Probably stay on Flash.
Just TV production wise. But it's a cool idea that he would go after like well-known Metas. Isaac Martinez, our God Bebo, has now been in every show. It is now the Bebo-verse. It's true. Supergirl was the last one. It's confirmed that it's over in that universe now, too.
I look weird without glasses.
You do.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. You look much older. No, I don't know.
Older? Shit.
No, you look...
My eyes are squintier without them because I'm trying to see.
I feel weird.
I'm not wearing the rest of the time because I have to read anything.
Okay. Nelson says, at the end of the episode, the only thing I was thinking about was that they're finally killing Felicity. Smiley face. It was supposed to be dramatic, but I got happy. And I don't know if Zoe is from the comics, but what's your thought on her and Dinah in the future? I didn't buy that Felicity's dead for like a second. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And then I don't know about Zoe. I think it's just a cool, I almost kind of wish she went more Wild Dog with her costume, but it would make sense that she would look up to.
It'd be cool if it had a bit of a Canary Wild Dog mixture. That would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
I'd love that. As far as Felicity, like, I mean, someone's messaging William information, so there's got to be someone's doing that. What's going on with that? So, and I'm not happy anyone dies.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been a segment out there of people that just absolutely hate that character.
Well, even villains, like, I hate whenever, especially like the movies.
Yeah.
Whenever you have your villain and you kill him.
And now you can't use him.
again. I love the idea of Sinister Six, but you can't do that if every time you have a bad guy from Spider-Man, you kill him.
Yeah.
So no one dies. They go to jail, or they live, or there's big heartfelt moments because of like Gwen Stacy.
Smokin' says, do you guys think they are reusing the Legends episode of 2036 Star City, making Felicity fake her death just like Oliver did in that episode? I definitely think I didn't really think about that episode, 2036, with John Diggle Jr. as Green Arrow, right?
Yeah, Connor Hawke,
yeah. That was his other name, I guess. But yes, and that had like a different Deathstroke, and
they had another Deathstroke with that. They could
like
do that, and like things are different because the Legends finished and came back.
Yeah.
Because the idea was that happened because they never came back, even though they haven't really came back, but they did come back. So now the future's a little wonky, but not the same, maybe.
Yeah.
Or could it be related to Legends and the whole Argus thing that we saw that happened in like 2040 something, right? Wasn't that when they picked up Zari?
I think so.
I forget. But maybe something like that.
Leonis says, what if the flash forward is a consequence of what's going on the Flash? Which is interesting. I mean, Nora has already changed the timeline already. So are we seeing Arrow's future after or before Nora has already changed the timeline?
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell because with time travel available in Flash and Legends, there's so many things like, hey, we fucked up, let's fix it.
Yeah. Martina says that Felicity Smoke is not dead. They're just leading us on. That's it. That's the tweet. I won't believe anything else.
It's very possible.
I agree with you. Random question. Do you think William and Nora could make a cute couple? No, because I think they're both gay.
They could both be bi.
Yeah, they could, I guess.
I don't know. All we know is that William said about his ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then in
Nora
Flash, Nora was flirting with a girl.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that means.
But, I don't know. I'd have to see their chemistry together. I like the guy they got playing older William, though.
It'd be cool to have, like, an Arrow and Flash, like, character, like, together to see what happens
that would
there.
be interesting.
Could you imagine a kid?
Archer.
Yeah. Like, they have a kid. It's a speedster that shoots arrows. That'd be crazy.
That would be great.
They'd run out of arrows.
Yeah.
You shoot lightning bolts instead.
Oh, shit. That'd be awesome. Waverly says, is it just me, or is the future a bit too depressing? It feels like the present time doesn't really matter because no matter what our heroes do, there seems to be no payoff at all in the future. The whole city is in ruins. It's a bit too much.
It happens in, like, every futuristic everything. Everything's always, like, Escape LA and Escape New York, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, with Kurt Russell. Like, their futuristic places were terrible looking, you know? Even Back to the Future, like, there was some cool stuff, but then you went to other places that just looked like shit.
Yeah. I agree. Usually when you get this kind of thing, it's under like, all right, we got to fix this or change it. But they're not experiencing the future. We are watching the future. Yeah. So they have no cause or
there's no change
reason to go and actively change things. So, but I kind of am there with you. It's like, oh, okay, we're going to be working towards this. Do I want that,
Yeah.
So.
And then are we going to be, like, watching for a season or two, seeing them putting pieces together of, like, oh, man, this is how this happens. Oh, my God. Here's when Rene dies, or Felicity dies, or Diggle dies.
This is interesting. Jay says, does Dinah have a scar on her neck? No more canary cry. She did do something when she, like, did this.
Yeah, I saw her touch her neck.
I didn't know I noticed
when
a
they
scar.
were saying about, what were they saying about? it was about the police or something, maybe? I forget what it was. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe she has no canary cry. She did come in just like kicking ass, not like...
Yeah. There's a picture from Mailbag when you got your shirt, your Smoke
Industries?
Well, he says, remember this? Aaron said, Smoke Industries, Smoke Industries! And then Calvin says, Smoke Technologies, asshole. P.S. Aaron, if you're not wearing this shirt for this reaction, you better redeem yourself by wearing it for the next one.
I've been alternating between them.
That's the picture.
Today I looked, I'm like, which one? I'm going to wear green.
Yeah.
Yeah, those have been like the main two Arrow shirts.
Yeah.
It has been this one or my purple Smoke shirt.
I went too far back. Robert says, any guesses on Zoe's vigilante code name? Also, do you think that this is a sign the legends won't fix the future? If the Flash Museum exists, then there still must be some love for heroes in the future, but maybe the Argus takeover is a fixed point. Yeah, I mean, there's a Flash Museum that kind of deifies heroes, but I think that's 20... I can't remember all these dates, but no, I get you. I'm going to guess that Zoe is some kind of canary.
Crazy Canary.
Crazy Canary? Canary in a coal mine. That's her name.
Like, you have Wild Dog, you go Crazy Canary.
Crazy Canary.
You also get alliteration.
I get it.
There we go.
Adobe says that I like that it took so long to break Oliver, and it's nice to see Oliver making a more loving farewell to his son than his own father. Do you think Oliver should have pretended to listen to the doctor? Do you think it's what he's doing now? I think he's working the doctor. The doctor's not working him.
His biggest, like, linchpin, keystone kind of thing is his family.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's going to give up his family. He's going to do what he needs to protect them. So I could see him easily trying to put on a fake face for what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Like, he came in, even he was like, you've got a strong will. But maybe, he can't make it too easy for him to just change, and you got to kind of, like, push it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the scene of him being the dad with William versus seeing his dad was interesting, and maybe it's more of a, like, could that be a bit of, like, the show being like, goodbye, William?
It's possible.
Because of the future and stuff, and you don't see him for a while? I don't know.
Magnus says that I love that they mentioned the other guy on the life raft. I've already forgotten his name, LOL. Because his name wasn't Queen. Even we, as the audience, didn't care about him. Great callback in writing. Yeah, I don't remember that fucking dude.
It was like Hinky or Hinkley.
Yeah, but I don't remember there being him shooting him, honestly.
You don't remember that at all?
I kind of don't. When it was happening, I was like, wait, is he like implanting memories? Is this Inception? But it wasn't.
Oh, no.
No, I mean, after I've seen it, I was like, oh, yeah, okay. But before this episode, I was like, oh, yeah, fucking... There was another guy he shot.
Yeah. No. It was a moment where it's like, oh, shit, but it wasn't like, I don't know who that guy was. I don't care.
Crusader says, the Oliver scenes remind me of the episode of Smallville when Clark woke up in that mental institution and was told his alien identity was all in his head. I love that episode of Smallville.
I remember it.
But
I never saw it.
I think Oliver is playing the Doctor here, personally.
Was that Hugo in that?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Riverman, which character would you like to see in the Flash Forwards that we haven't seen so far? Deathstroke. Like a real old man
like
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke? I mean, he's already pretty old.
I know. Like a real old man Deathstroke.
Like a white ponytail?
Yeah.
That could be pretty cool. Dang, I don't know. Ragman.
Ragman? That'd be cool.
I would want someone that we don't see like in the regular time. Like, oh shit, what's he doing there? He's so cool.
Chicken noodle soup. What is something that one or both of your parents did that affected you that you hope doesn't affect your kids? Or, Eric, your future kid or kids? I don't got anything. My parents did good.
I think my mom made it so that when I'm actually in pain, I laugh now, because when the last time I ever got spanked, I don't know how old I was. I think it was just before high school, and I forget what had happened. My mom spanked me, and I laughed.
Yeah.
So she decided that she was gonna spank me harder till I stopped laughing.
Sure.
And the harder she spanked me, the harder I laughed. And then it just kept going till eventually she gave up.
Yeah.
So now I don't know. I think because of that, now I laugh whenever I'm in like real pain, and that's how Melanie knows I'm in real pain.
Sure.
I don't think it affects my kids though.
I think mine, like, I don't really plan on having kids, but if I did, mine would be just a different approach when it comes to stuff like religion. Like, I wouldn't, like, you know, ban it or anything, but I'd just be like, you know, you don't have to do anything you don't want to, or, you know, answer a question a little more honestly than some of the questions that I was giving answers to. Or answer the questions to, yeah.
Either way, it's probably honestly from their /their point of view, though.
Yeah, of course. You know, I wouldn't do what they did in that regard. You know, like
if it's like, where do you go when you die? Like, your parents' point of view of that is probably different than your point of view.
Yeah, I got a very definite answer from that, and that informs a lot when you're a kid, you know?
So, but they probably believe that, whereas you're like, well, I believe this.
Yeah.
So, I get you.
A lot of Bebo stuff, Aaron.
Why?
You're the only one. You're making yourself a heel.
Yeah.
So whenever a Bebo thing comes on, I gotta see how Eric reacts. And now I gotta see how Aaron reacts.
People never like the heel of bread.
Yeah.
I always eat it. It's always good.
Okay, we'll end with Shaking Forest, and they say flash forwards are awesome, but they give away too much info, in my opinion, because they are probably permanent.
Yeah.
Maybe. Also, the new Green Arrow the new Green Arrow has a face mask as well. Good identity concealment. I agree.
But instead of just this.
Yeah. I know. Exactly.
Who am I?
I don't know. He looks older. And then, did Rene look under the mask when he helped him or her up?
No, I don't think he did.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think that he cares about really who it is, just what they're doing and why. Right?
Yeah, I also agree with the flashy forward kind of thing. Is like, now we got to build into that.
Yep.
But could there be something with Flash, Legends, and or the crossover that could change what the future is, that gives us a really fun story that we can have right now,
Yeah.
and it alters in the future?
Sounds like a great opportunity for a poll, Aaron. So, the poll this week is going to be, do you think the future that we're seeing in the flash forwards is rock solid, definitely something that stays that way, or through the magic of time travel and Nora and different stuff happening, and who knows, this is a future that will never be.
Never.
What do you think?
It's going to be changed, I hope.
I think it'll also be changed.
I'm
But
hoping.
will Arrow do that? Is that an Arrow thing? I don't know. You hit that, though. Guys, thank you very much for watching this episode of Arrow with us. If you want to make sure you never miss an episode of Arrow, a reaction at least, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell, make sure you're checking out Patreon so you can check out full length and the polls over there.